Welcome back to the Archive Network. Aurelius here with Malik, curators of the Creed Archive. We left Alawism last time at the story of Alawite authority is one of continuity and change, secrecy and adaptation. Today we pick up where we left off. Who holds the keys to Alawite tradition? In a community where secrecy is survival, the flow of sacred knowledge depends on lineage, charisma, and negotiation. There's no central authority here. Authority flows through a network of family elders, respected village notables, and spiritual guides known as sheikhs. This distributed structure allows for a dynamic interpretation of tradition.
Aurelius, you frame it as a network. But we can't ignore the heavy burden of secrecy that weighs on these communities. For many Alawites, this isn't just some abstract tradition. It's a matter of survival in a world that often feels hostile. Passing down knowledge is both a privilege and a risk. It can lead to isolation, or worse. So, how does this constant balancing act shape their sense of identity and belonging in such a challenging environment?
You're right about the survival aspect. But let's consider the historical context a bit more closely. In Alawism, authority has never been concentrated in a single institution. Instead, it's an intricate web of relationships that shape our understanding. The oral transmission of knowledge, especially when it comes to sensitive teachings, requires face-to-face interaction and often occurs in closed sessions. This isn't just an academic exercise. It's how we preserve our culture and identity through generations.
That's a key point, Aurelius. Initiation is not just a ritual. It's really a gateway to accessing hidden knowledge. Think about it. It's both a spiritual and social mechanism. The bonds we form during these initiations are crucial, shaping our understanding of the world. They decide who gets to learn and who gets left out, often leaving some people in the dark. That's where the real power lies, and it can change lives in profound ways.
Consider figures like Abu Hassan al-Qasabi. He was active in Aleppo during the 10th century and emerged as a key systematizer of thought. He didn't just teach. He linked urban centers to mountain communities, weaving a network of influence through his teachings. His legacy remains central to both community memory and scholarly reconstruction. Understanding this historical grounding is crucial for grasping how Alawite authority has persisted through the ages, showing us the intricate web of connections that define their identity.
Qasabi was important, no doubt, but let's not forget his legacy is contested. The concept of authority in Alawism is actually quite pluralistic. Families and individuals can rise and fall over time, which makes it a living tradition. Not everyone sees the same figures or texts as central. This fluidity is crucial for understanding how Alawism adapts to modern life. It shows how communities navigate change and hold on to what matters most to them.
Absolutely. Family lines remain crucial. In many villages, we see religious leadership often passing through hereditary lines. Certain households, often the same ones for generations, act as custodians of shrines and ritual knowledge. This enduring structure has persisted even as modern pressures test these boundaries. It raises questions about adaptability and resilience. What does this mean for the future of Alawism? Will these traditions hold firm, or will they shift to meet the changing tides of society?
It means a constant negotiation of authority in everyday life. Women, for example, are often at the center of this dynamic. They serve as guardians of domestic rights and oral traditions, ensuring these practices are passed down. Ethnographers have noted how vital their roles are as transmitters of household prayers and ritual formulas. Their voices are crucial, even when we see that public leadership still leans heavily male. It's important to recognize their influence, which often goes unnoticed.
That's an important observation. Authority in Alawism is never absolute. We see this in how different communities operate. Some hold itinerant saints or charismatic leaders in high regard, while others look to powerful families who manage sacred sites or possess rare manuscripts. Each layer of authority tells us something about the community's unique history and how their needs have shifted over time. It's a reflection of their beliefs and the complex tapestry of their social fabric.
And let's not overlook the external pressures that have shaped these dynamics. Alawite leaders have historically sought dialogue with their Sunni counterparts in places like Iraq and Iran, hoping to build bridges. But they've also faced significant scrutiny from Sunni jurists and the Ottoman ulema. It's a tangled web of relationships. Sometimes, these interactions lead to meaningful rapprochement, but other times, they spark intense contention. You can imagine how this affects everyday people caught in the middle of it all, navigating their identities amid conflicting influences.
The 20th century transformed this landscape in profound ways. Rising literacy rates and the establishment of state-run schools significantly changed how young Alawites engage with their traditions. Media, from radio broadcasts to television shows, introduced a flood of new narratives that reshaped their worldview. However, private initiation ceremonies and household rituals remain deeply essential, especially in rural areas where community ties are strong. These practices ground them in their heritage, reminding us that while the world shifts, some traditions endure.
This duality is what makes Alawism so resilient. Local initiatives help communities adapt, but they also stir up debates about doctrine and who truly represents Alawism. It's a crucial question for many. Who gets to speak on behalf of the community? That tension is shaping their future. As they navigate modernity, those lines of authority keep shifting. People are feeling the impact of these changes in their everyday lives. It's a dynamic landscape, full of voices and stories.
The story of Alawite authority encapsulates both continuity and change, secrecy and adaptation, reflecting the complexities of power. The absence of a single priesthood is what gives it strength and flexibility. As modern challenges continue to emerge, we'll see Alawism's diverse expressions evolve further. It's a testament to the resilience of a community that refuses to be silenced, constantly redefining itself while holding on to its core beliefs. This is how history moves forward, always adapting.
That's where we leave it this time. Alawism continues. The story isn't finished yet. Find the full series on the Creed Archive, part of the Archive Network. We'll be back with the next chapter.